Hello, Beans. How are we doing today? I'm going to warn you, I might be a little bit sniffly because I made a mistake and I ate spicy noodles for lunch. And they were really spicy. So now I'm stuffed up because
Oh my god, why did you just take the freaking compliment?
Hi, Al. Compliment. I've been doing a lot better about not completely melting down when my schedule changes. How about that? That's a big improvement for me. And if you talked to me yesterday, you know why I'm thinking about that in specific. Hi Sleepy, hi Coconut, hi Bean. Have a good lurk, Bean. But yeah, I didn't set anything on fire, not even a little bit. Even though like I earned it. So, let me get my reference image up. It is an important part of this task. I don't know that I have like anything like important to say. We're gonna finish this because I need to finish it. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. And tomorrow is a day where I actually have like the morning free to do a bunch of like background work, so I can get this done. I will say I'm a little... Hi Toast, good to see you. I don't think disappointed in myself is the correct phrase there, but I am a little bit cranky that I only got 2 pieces of work done this month for the color of the month. Just because I have I'm getting ready for surgery and all of that is totally understandable. I have not fucked up any of my obligations. I have not done anything less than what I said I would do. But I wanted to do more. I just didn't have the brain power this month. So I do think that this is probably evidence that I should go back on the other antidepressant after surgery, but I don't want to. I don't like it. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Hi, Shawnee. But yeah, we're gonna work on water droplets because that's the last thing we have to do, and they also confuse the fuck out of me. So there's gonna be some work. Hi, Potato. Good to see you. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm just a person, and my brain does not have the correct functionality that it's supposed to, and that's okay. Because I'm still doing fine. But sometimes it's just could we just actually work correctly? Maybe a little bit. I also know for a fact that I pulled the sticker for June out because I had one and I don't know where I put it. Because I had one to show you guys and then I don't know where it went. It's almost like I have brain for gore disease. But if you are a member of my Patreon sticker club, you got a little message from me a couple days ago, and I can tell you that all of that has been mailed out. I did get that done, but I don't know where I put this freaking sticker. Do I care enough to go to my room and get one from the others that I have set aside? I think maybe I do care that much because I want you guys to see the sticker. Oh my god, Sleepy. Alright, you guys are gonna walk to the bedroom with me, which I'm sure nobody is opposed to. I really don't know where the fuck I put that. Because I had one that had a tiny little cloak in it. It would have been fine to show on stream, I just can't sell it. But I don't know where I put it. I would love to just sit back here and look and magically find where it went, but I don't know where it is. I do know where I have all the other ones, so we can just do that. And I can cause an avalanche in the closet, that's fine too. Boop, boop, boop. So I'll put them in here. in here somewhere. There it is. I can deal with that mess after I'm done streaming. Whew. Okay. So, the May sticker is this one. You guys knew that. I've had this out here for a bit. The June sticker is this one, which I showed you guys the art on my iPad for, but now it's all laminated and fancy. And yeah, I'm guessing this wasn't just an early 2000s queer kid thing, but it was definitely a thing for people to call you a faggot and then ask you why you were offended because it was just a bundle of sticks. And that's all they were calling you. It clearly didn't have any other meaning. So I did a little bit of a play on this for June, which would be Pride Month in the US. And each of the sticks has a different pride flag on it. And it says we're stronger together, because we are stronger together. So yeah, if you're part of the sticker club already, you have gotten more than one sticker mailed to you. So I sent out April's sticker, which is, some of you got that one a little bit early too, because I was like, just testing out if I was comfortable with it, which I was. It's fine. I really need to organize this. I need to organize everything. It's in here somewhere. There it is. But this was for April. So everybody got this. Hi, Tomato! Yeah, I did say it in the Patreon post that hasn't posted yet. It'll post in June. But if you're a member of my Patreon club, you will have gotten April mailed to you. You have also gotten the May and June stickers mailed to you. Because I decided that I didn't want to have to worry about it once I'd had an organ out. So I just went, you guys can have these stickers ahead of time because I already have them set up and everything. So I just sent it. And if somebody was planning on, dipping or whatever, the worst that happens is I gave somebody who supported me a free sticker. That's fine. I'm fine with that. So your little envelopes are a little thicker this month. So those will be headed your way. They are already in the mail. I mailed them out this week or last week on Monday this week. So those will be headed to you. What else do I have to say? The greeting cards and postcards are still in the shop. We did those. I showed you guys these last time, but we have 5 postcard designs at the moment. We have the potion, which is also the May sticker for the sticker club. We have the little birds we did this month. We have the seal. We have the mooses. And then we have empty kettle. I'm glad, Potato. That was kind of the point of the sticker club, because keeping up with everything online can get really overwhelming for me. I don't check in on the Patreon that I'm part of, honestly. But getting a little treat is always nice. And then we have blank greeting cards. So these are blank on the inside, and then have hi, Diavra. Little watercolor blotches that match the front on the back. So we again have the Mises. We have the seal again, and then we have the bearded iris. So those are all available in the shop now. Thank you for bapping me and noticing that I updated one of the I changed some of the alerts. We also have new sound alerts for You're Doing Amazing and Hey Lil Mama. There are 4 different sound bits for You're Doing Amazing, Sweetie. There are 2 from Stars, there's 1 from Sleeping, and there's 1 from Cat.
One place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism.
Nice.
Space!
Hi, Kvelds.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
There's stars. There's one of stars. So we've got different sound alerts for that one. No, you're fine, Feld. I did add gently bapping your possum. I considered this and I decided that I didn't want to put in the time when I was fixing these yesterday. I might do a couple different clips from the bapping your possum video because it's giving a possum a massage. So I might do.
Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get to hear me make sounds whenever that one comes up, which is why I thought you would enjoy it. What was I saying? Brain blue screened. It's a video of this lady giving their possum a massage, like showing you how to give a proper possum massage. So I thought it would be funny to take little clips of the various moves that she shows you how to do and have it like shuffle. So it's like massage the possum and then it's just like different moves. I'm really glad that worked because it looked wrong when I was doing it. Like the sound and the video weren't synced up when I was testing it out. Hi, Quib! So yeah. I also deleted some sounds, but I don't think that anybody's going to notice because they hadn't been used in like a really long time. So if you notice that one is gone that you like desperately want to be back, you can just let me know and I can put it back. But I don't think anybody's going to notice, honestly. So let's do some water drops, which I'm scared of. They scare me. They're so complicated.
If you didn't fight me.
Scram. I'm gonna start with this one up here, just because it's not as much of like a color difference. So I don't think it'll be.
I love your goopy wiener.
Too bad to do, but we'll find out. We'll see how I do. Part of the reason I decided on this reference image for these flowers was because it had two things that were difficult for me. I was like, I'll push myself. And now I'm tired and I don't want to push myself. But here we are anyway. Also, since we're doing detail work, I could zoom in the camera if you guys want. Is that better for you? Or do you like the full view? Because we are doing like little baby details. Thanks, Al. There is. Sorry, I'm gonna keep working on this too, because that's just how it goes, you know. There's like that there. Alright, good luck, Coconut. Do you think I want some of this over here? Maybe not quite that much. Like I said, sorry if I'm sniffly. I had spicy noodles for lunch and they were really spicy. And I should not have had them and I knew that, but I did it anyway. Because I sometimes have a reaction to things that are really spicy. And I really like spicy stuff though, so I just do it anyway. Like, it should be illegal to not let me have spicy things. No, I don't. I was careful about, I wear a lot of chapstick because my lips get, like, my whole self gets really dry. I'm not an oily individual. So I'm always very careful to wipe my chapstick off and then wipe my lips while I'm eating, because if you have spicy Joker lips and then you put chapstick on top of it, it just means that it's going to keep making your lips feel spicy for even longer, because it will just infuse the chapstick basically and keep the spice on you and it won't rub off. So I'm always very careful. Yeah, I sometimes, especially with things that are like really spicy, I get a little bit of like a kind of swelling reaction underneath my left eye, and only under my left eye. And I don't think it's like a full-on allergic reaction, but it is like not comfortable. So sometimes I decide a food is worth it. Very, very rarely, but it's because like I can do like buffalo sauce fine, but when it's like prepackaged ramen noodles, like with the spice, like actual Japanese ramen noodles, um, it causes that reaction. Things like Takis make that happen. I'm not sure. There must like maybe there's some sort of preservative in those, or a certain kind of pepper they use that affects me differently. I don't know. All I know is that I don't do it very often because that seems like something I shouldn't mess with. Because, you know, I try to not make my body be extra mad at me. Although my body is already mad at me today, which is part of the reason why I decided I was just gonna eat the noodles. Yeah, you gotta watch your back when doing anything with Al, really. Okay. So the masking fluid did tear the paper a little bit, so it's gonna react a little differently to the pigment and the water, which is part of why I'm lifting stuff back up. If you see me doing that, so it'll keep it from completely soaking into the paper, but we'll still give like a little bit of color to it. Also, it's just kind of a good way to give like a tint of color without like completely getting rid of the white. Because I may also end up going over those with a little bit of ink, but I'd rather not do that. Since we've only used watercolor in this so far, I would like to just leave it all watercolor. But if I need to get like the right vibe, I might do that. I might also just use some white watercolor, which is also like you aren't supposed to, but like whatever, it's my art. I'll do what I want. Yeah, nature is not perfect, and neither am I. So I did just I finished watching a documentary before I started the stream today, which was about Rachel Carson. Speaking of us and our spot in the environment, which I haven't read any of her books, and I feel like I should. But I also have so many books going at once right now that I really need to like finish those. Although I do think one of the books I've been reading has been making me have nightmares, which makes sense. I just maybe should chill on that for a little bit. It's not like an outwardly traumatic book or anything. It's just a book about trauma, and especially childhood trauma and how it affects your brain. And I think it's been like making me reconsider things, which isn't like a bad thing, but it is a thing that makes me think about things that give me nightmares, you know? So I think maybe we need to chill on that for a little bit. I also have a Virginia Woolf book that I got from the library that I just am having so much trouble parsing. Like, I cannot remember the last time I decided that I needed to read Cliff Notes for a book, but I'm thinking I might need to read Cliff Notes for a book. Yeah, and it's not like I can't go back to it whenever, you know, so it's not like a huge deal. Just one of those things where like I find it really interesting, so I'm like enjoying it, but also it's difficult, you know, because I do find it very interesting in a lot of ways, but like I'm also living in a brain, so God, that's so real, Shawnee. I don't think this looks like a water drop. I'm gonna need to lighten some stuff up in there. Maybe darken the background a little bit to make that feel like it. Yeah. I will say, good job, Canada, for being smarter than the US. Because your elections went pretty well, all things considered, seems like. So good work on being smarter than the US, which, like, isn't difficult, but still, it's nice to see. I think just deepening up that background a little will help. It'll just make the lighter appear lighter, you know. Might as well just deepen up around here too, I think. Yeah, I've been reading The Body Keeps Score, which is like a very well-known book. So if you, I don't know, if you have also been traumatized, you probably know the name of the book because it's recommended to basically everybody. Which is all very interesting. So it's basically about how trauma, and especially childhood trauma, affects how your body and your brain works for the rest of your life. Which is definitely something that is relevant to me personally. I guess I'll put it that way. But does also mean that, like, reading about some of the stories is kind of like, yeah, uh-huh. Can get a little hairy because I definitely had a dream last night with somebody in it that I haven't had a dream with them in a very long time, so which would be related to that. So I was like, I see. Perhaps this is all related. Which, like, isn't a huge deal. It's fine, but yeah, deepening up that background helped a lot. But now this side feels like really light in comparison, and I don't know if I care enough to fix that, if I'm being honest. We'll see. Maybe I'll fix it as we move along. But I don't think it's really that big a deal. I'm just gonna say 35,000 times. I hope you guys like it. Okay, this I have changed pretty drastically, the shape, because it had like a really bad tangent line in it. So this is gonna be a spree ball in a little bit, so I'm scared. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me actually lift up some of this right here. Pull it out a little bit that way instead. There's gonna be just like a line there, which is fine. Okay. Oh. Well, I'm done modeling for this semester. I don't know that I said that yet today. So now, the only thing I say the only thing, I have other things to, worry about before then, but my big checkmark items are go to my passport appointment and send in my paperwork with my photo, and surgery. So, that's the next adventure. I also have been working on my little Meep Sheep reference sheet today, instead of any of the other work that I should have been working on. It was a compromise with myself. I was like, I want to lay in bed and play Cat Cafe Manager. Well, you can't do that today. So, here, work on this thing that gives you dopamine instead. Yeah, I've been making, because I'm lucky enough to have basically had my character sheet, well, not my character sheet, but my character kind of carved out by Cap. Yeah, I will definitely be around. Actually, there's something that I should say, because I considered setting that up today, but I thought it was too early. I am going to set up a small group chat on Discord for a few people that my brother will be in, so that um, people can get like surgery updates, and like I don't think anything's gonna happen, but if something goes wrong, it will be a group of people who can like spread the info to all of my little internet corners, you know. So Shawnee's invited to that, Sleepy's invited to that. I'm probably gonna add Al, Cap, obviously. Stars is invited. Like I'll put that together probably closer to surgery. But I keep wanting to do it like now so that I don't forget who I want. I told Adam to expect to be in that. Yeah, and because it really is like an all-day affair. But I do get to go home at the end of it, as long as there aren't any complications. Yeah, I just figure it's easier than me. I don't know. I will probably, honestly, if I think of it when I come out of surgery, take a really fucked up photo of myself and say I lived, bitch, like that one meme, and post it everywhere. Because I think that's really funny. And it's a nice way to let people know that everything's fine, you know? But yeah, just have a group of friends, because I know that my friend group, just like me, has a lot of anxiety in it. So that, I think, will help all of us deal with it a little bit better. Because it's scary. It's scary. I'm actually not freaked out about it, honestly. I'm more like, I'm not scared about the surgery itself. I'm more like, oh, how am I going to do XYZ, kind of thinking about it. Liar. I think I've made this a little bit too pointy. It feels like a fake shape and not a real shape. I think just smoothing that out a little bit will be better too. Just make kind of a really sharp line there. But yeah, I'll shove people in with the intention, like, again, if something goes wrong, I doubt it, but if, then those people can like spread word across my various friend groups and stuff, you know. That vaguely looks like a water drop, but it still doesn't look quite right. I do think that I am going to end up going back with some ink. I think that's where we're at right now, which is fine. I would like to avoid it if I can, but I think that's the right choice for the art. I also think I need to do some more pinky right there. Only 3 times, Shawnee. I feel like that's a big improvement for you, honestly. Like, if I only experienced it 3 times, I'd consider that like a great day. Especially considering I get up at like 9 o'clock. Yeah. It's just iffy like that, you know. But I'll probably put that together at some point. My brother is doing finals week, so I don't want to like stress him out, you know. Yeah, that's fair, Shawnee. Cause like, me too, bestie. But I find, in general, and I feel like this is probably the autism, but in general, if I have like a big announcement to make, especially if it's one that's like emotionally charged, I prefer to just make like a blanket statement and let everybody else deal with it. I don't want to have to inform every individual person. It's way too complicated, and I don't want to have to like form the same sentence for everybody 3 different ways, you know? So like when my mom died, I just made posts on social medias, and I was like, I don't want to talk about it, so just don't. Kind of a thing. So like it's much easier for me to just do like a group chat or something and just be like, okay, you guys inform each other. I'm gonna go take a nap. Not too much, Al. I'm talking about surgery. I said that I was gonna put you in the little update group chat, which I think you saw because you made a yoke about it. And we were just talking about that, I think, mostly. I love that, Sleepy. Yeah, there's one family member that I have on my Facebook page specifically because I know that she's like the gossip train. So if I post something on Facebook, it'll end up being told to the entire family and I don't need to worry about it. Thanks, Mary Jane. I love you. No, the post-op would be I lived, bitch, which is a meme that somebody's stepdad sent them a photo for after heart surgery or something like that just says I lived, bitch. So that's gonna be the play. Just because I think that's funny. But we'll see how like actually I'm feeling that, you know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Because I do get to go home the same day as long as there aren't any big complications. But it does mean that like I stay there for a really long time for the day. So I'm supposed to be there, like be at the hospital at 5:30 in the morning. Which is really early. And like for a couple, like maybe a day, I was thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna get any sleep and that's gonna fuck me up. And then I was like, bitch, you were gonna be asleep all day. You were gonna be full on knocked out the entire day. Like, don't worry about it. No, so I was supposed to have my last modeling session yesterday, so the semester is over. I haven't gotten information on that yet, Shani. On the 6th, I have my pre-op appointment, so I'm guessing I'll get all the information then. I'm assuming that I need to fast for at least 8 hours. But I know that sometimes people tell you to take your medication and stuff for things like that. So we'll see. I'll listen to what my doctor says. I do legitimately trust my doctor, which I think is part of why I'm not so nervioso about this. Is like she knows what she's doing. I trust her. She listens to me. I'm not concerned about that, honestly, which is nice, honestly, to not be worried about if the person who's going to be slicing you open is trustworthy or not, you know? I still think that's not quite right. I think maybe you need to lighten up the colors right there, and I think I like that better. I do think that it looks like a water drop now. It's just not enough of a water drop for me yet. And I think that's because I pushed the color out a bit far. I'm also like not feeling 100 today, which is fine. Like I know why, it's not a big deal, but still, it's kind of just like, eh. I think I want to do that. Just like I don't want it to be pure white. I think if I just kind of smudge the background a little bit there, that'll be better. Okay, that'll dry less white too, so I might need to go back over it again. But yeah, if anybody has like, I don't know, specific questions about what's going to happen, I can tell you as much as I know. The stitches shouldn't be too bad, honestly, because it's laparoscopic, so I just get tiny, like 4 tiny cuts instead of 1 big cut, unless again there's complications and then they do a big cut. But it shouldn't be too bad. I will have some new scars, but they'll be little in comparison. I think I've made this like to do that. I that's better. So we'll see. Yeah. Agreed, Shawnee. I asked to keep my wisdom teeth and they wouldn't let me. I was heartbroken. Although the only pieces that I've had taken out of me before are my wisdom teeth. I have all my other parts. So this is like my first actual organ surgery. Yeah, they count as biological waste. And I'm guessing part of the reason that they didn't want to tell me they wouldn't let me keep them is because they were doing the quartering method. I'm the kind of person where I research a lot if I'm nervous about something, because the more I know about something, like, the less nervous I am. Which apparently is not how normal people deal with surgeries. So I like researched and I watched a couple wisdom teeth operation videos that were not supposed to be viewed by patients before I went in for mine. So I'm guessing they did the quarter method, which is you cut the tooth into quarters and pull them out one by one. And it's a lot easier, but that might be why they didn't let me keep it. And they wouldn't have told me that because, like, it freaks people out. That would have been cool, Shawnee. Yeah. Alright, Sleepy. See, I always feel better the more that I know, because, like, if there's that much information out there on something, like, drastic that somebody is doing to me that I can find, then everybody else has more information than me, so they actually know what they're doing, you know? Ooh, that's cool, Felds. Yeah, I think they should let me keep my pieces, but I don't know. I am just... I told you guys last time, I think, that my period was supposed to be starting. I've been dealing with that for the past couple days, and this is the last one. The last one. I'm so excited. Get this fucking thing out of me. Because I have been massively uncomfortable the past few days. Which I don't think is a shock to anybody who has listened to me whine about this already. But still, it'll be nice to not have to, you know, worry about whether or not I'm going to be able to keep food down, or whether I'm going to have pain spots in my eyeballs when I'm trying to do something. It's going to be great. I'm very excited. I love that dream. And hi, good to see you. Yes, absolutely. I do know that my aunt had going back to the tumor thing, my aunt had a tumor removed that she got to keep. I don't know if she still has it, but it was in like a little jar in the, like, whatever that solution, it's formaldehyde solution, I would assume, but I don't really know. But hers had like a tooth growing in it, which is why it was so cool. He's just like a freaky little guy that was causing her problems. She got an extra tooth out of it, you know? I do think that stuff is fun. Bodies are weird, which I think we all know, but sometimes you forget just how weird. Yeah. I don't know. I just think it's neat. Oh, interesting, Shawnee. Perfect dream. I was talking to Cap the other day, actually, about tooth fairy stuff, because before my mom passed away, like, it was before we knew, like, she was passing away right then, but we had a discussion about tooth fairy stuff, and I asked how she had managed the swap, because I never noticed when I was a kid that she had swapped, like, and I'm a light sleeper, I always have been, so I was like, you couldn't have been doing it while I was asleep, right? Because I would have woken up. Like, I was never a good sleeper, never have been. And she was like, oh no, the trick The trick was when, you lean down to give the kid the forehead kiss and tuck them in, you slide your hand underneath and do the swap really quick. And apparently Cap used that on Nerdling the other day. And I thought that was really cute. Just like my mom's, little wisdoms living on, even though I'm not going to have kids, I thought that was sweet. Yeah, my mom was weird. I mean this affectionately. I think you all know that. So she did like juggling at Ren fairs, and she did sleight of hand, and she had her own dagger and her own cloak. I still have the cloak. It's a little bit too big for me because she was way taller than I was. Well, than I am. But yeah. So, but she was kind of a weirdo and had a lot of random skills, which that would have been the undiagnosed ADHD that I've inherited. I'm just saying. That looks vaguely like a water. I think this line isn't quite right. Yeah. So when I just asked her that at some point, and that was the answer, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. But yeah, Cap made me think of it because he was talking about Nerdling having lost a tooth. And I was like, oh, my mom told me this little trick. I hate water droplets. I don't know why I did this to myself. Like, they're theoretically so simple, and yet they're so complicated. They move all the colors around, and they don't make sense to me, which is part of the reason why I wanted to do this, but, like, also, why did I do this? Like, this color goes all the way out to here for some reason. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think I'll enjoy doing the ones that are just entirely on the petals and don't have as many different colors interacting, which is part of the reason why I started with these ones. It's because I know these ones are gonna piss me off. Because it just, I don't know. It just does not make sense to my brain. Many things don't make sense to my brain, though, so. Like, I think it's fine. I think I'm being overly critical of my own work, but that's also my right as the artist. That one is all petal color. Got like a water droplet between these two here, which is going to be weird to do. I might just not do that, if I'm being honest. We'll see. Because I could also just change that into petal from the other one. Flowers! Hi, Tens! We gotta finish this, because it's the end of the friggin' month. I also have like a partially finished protein bar sitting over here. Because I also had that with my lunch. Hi, BP! Good to see you. Brain function. I don't know her. My brain is not on board today, which is fine. Nobody's ever needed a brain to do things. I'm sure of it. And yeah, this tour worse than the other side, so it's going to be even more of a difficulty to get this to do what I want it to do, but you will prevail. part of why I'm not sure. Like, I know it would have been like a huge pain in the ass if I had not used the masking fluid, but this specific stage would have been very different. Well, you probably need the snooze, Shawnee. I have the odd feeling knowing you that you have been not getting enough sleep lately. I have the odd feeling that you've been stuck in the terror dome. Yeah, I know. That doesn't mean that you get enough of it, like, same. I didn't sleep well last night. But that's because my body decided to be an asshole. Which, like, I know, but hey. I think that maybe you should just sleep, Shawnee. If you're feeling it, then get a little snooze in. Oh, you know what, Tens? I have a furry etiquette. I can't speak. Etiquette question for you. Because I'm working on making a ref sheet for my little possum guy. And yeah, etiquette. I found a like blank base for a possum, but it's not on this person's Ko-fi shop anymore. So should I not use that? Should I message them about it? Is that weird? Should I just give them a tip if I'm going to like use it as vague inspiration, even if I'm not gonna do a 1-for-1? What's the play there? Because like it is one that they were selling, but they don't sell it anymore. They have other ones available, but not that one. This is a mess. That's fine. This paper is very torn, and so it's making things difficult. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Like, all the artist spots I hang out in would not have, like, a ref or anything, so I don't know what the proper etiquette is there. Because my instinct is to just give them a tip and say I'm using this thing that I didn't see in your shop and pay them the amount of money that their other ones are in their shop. But I don't know. If anybody else knows the answer, I just know Tens is an old hand in the furry community, so probably knows better than most. Okay, cool. Because I have their Ko-fi and everything. I found it because the image had a watermark on it. But they don't sell that specific one anymore, so I might just message them on their Ko-fi and like ask what's up. Their shape is good. They made good shape. Like, I do need to change it significantly from the base shape because the base shape is skinny. But just having like... Thank you, Shawnee. Just having like that kind of shape that I can alter would be helpful to me. I know some stuff is like, do not do that, and I don't know the etiquette, so I ask. That's the long and short version of that. I want to make a little ref sheet of the possum so that I can send that to Rainbow when she opens emote commissions. That's what I was working on outside of just the reference for my meat sheet. Because I think that'll be better than my little Celeste with the serial numbers filed off for future emotes. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Did those sentences like actually fit together for you guys? I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's fair, Shawnee. And yes, that's fair, Sleepy. And yes, Shawnee, you should do that. Can you tell that my brain is not firing on all cylinders today? Yeah, I think I am gonna end up using light ink on this because just not getting the definition between the two like I would like. It's just two S's. Two S's. Too many S's. My S's are essential, both Chani and Sleepy. Ooh, fun, Tens. Excellent. We love spicy pinups, like legitimately. I love a pinup. You should feel free to share those in the Discord if you want to. I know some people get like nervous about sharing spicy stuff, but like we have Cap in there and I want to see all of Cap's spicy stuff, so. Once I get my Meep one done, because Linda did make little templates that helped a lot, because I was like, I don't want to have to think about drawing this so much. Do you guys want to see my little Meep reference sheet? You probably do. I'm just assuming. It's not done yet. But I sent Linda what I had so far, but this is what I did this morning. I think I need to change my mouth. I couldn't remember what face I had. Yeah, agreed, Shawnee. For spicy stuff, it's nice to do a spoiler just in cases. But I do think I need to change the mouth. I couldn't remember what face I had on like my Meep that Linda had designed, and she wasn't live yet, so I like popped in for a hot second when she went live so that I could look at the face, and I was like, okay, I did remember the eyes that I had mostly, but I do think I need to change my mouth. Yeah, I have gauges, so my Meep should also have gauges. They aren't huge gauges. They're 00, which is like not very big at all, but big enough to see through. That was my big thing, because I think it's cool. And then my Meep has I'm simplifying the tattoo that I have in this same placement. So I'm just taking the bottom part that you can see when I wear crop tops and putting that on my Meep, because I don't think she would have shaved her entire chest to get the tattoo that I have. So she can just have a little flower, have a little trillium. But yeah. Yeah, maybe I should add that. I don't know, Tens. I'll talk to Stars about it. I think she's probably going to bed soon, but if she gets like concerned about it, we can do that. For me though, I'm not concerned about it. I do think a spoiler is the correct choice, but okay, have good lurk, Sleepy. And I'm so tired today. Me chugging half of that thing of water as if that's suddenly gonna make me awake. I hope so too. She's been good about her bedtime lately. I haven't had to yell at her at all lately. How do I want to do this? The answer is I don't, but I need to anyway. I do think that I will do this guy in here. He's just completely sucked into the little water droplet that's there. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know what I do. Sometimes I get on a topic and I just like won't shut up for an hour, and sometimes I start saying something and immediately forget it, and then I never remember what I was talking about ever again. Those are the two options. Oh, I'm also not wearing my glasses today, I realized. I was like, why am I squinting so much? Just because I don't have my glasses on. Teehee. Not a big deal. I don't need to wear my glasses indoors, so my eyesight isn't that bad. But I do occasionally notice. Okay. Got like a really intense pinker here. And it kind of chills up a little bit. What's everybody else up to? How's your week going? Always a good sign of a book when you have had to buy multiple copies because you keep breaking them down. The only book that I've had that I really needed to do that with was The Magician's Assistant by Anne Patchett, which is my favorite book, I usually say, but like, how do you pick a favorite book? Ah, good, Shawnee. Yeah, I also, like, this isn't a book, but I wore out a VHS tape of The Little Mermaid when I was little. So we had to get a second copy, which I remember being, like, a big issue because I think it had gone back into the vault at that point, which is so stupid that Disney does that, but, you know. It's just a hashtag capitalism moment, I think. Yeah, I do. The more I work into this, I think doing some white ink over the top of this is the right call. I think that'll give it what it needs to pop. That's excellent, Shawnee. I love that. That's a good movie. Truly delightful. All the creatures are so shaped. A lot of these are not exactly the right shape, which is kind of the problem with doing masking fluid, is you don't always get it exactly the right shape. But that's okay. Alice in Wonderland is good too. I didn't watch that one as much as a kid, but that was my cousin's favorite. What? Really? Oh, that's super cute, Tens. Hi, Cap. That's wild to me that Discord does that. I didn't even know that it did that. But I guess so. Thank you, Shawnee. Yeah, probably is, which is fucking annoying. Because, like, I don't know. It just annoys me when they're like, you're in charge of this thing. And it's not actually you're in charge of it, you know? Like, me and Stars make the rules in that Discord. Discord does not make the rules in our Discord, you know? It just annoys me. Oh, all good, BP. You don't need to apologize for looking. I hope you're having fun with your Lego, I'm assuming. I'm not feeling motivated to do this painting today. I know it's just because I feel crummy, but like, I need to get it done. We're running out of time. I just have not been vibing very hard with art this month, I think. Which is fine. I think it's mostly because I was working really hard on getting everything set up for when I'm in surgery. So I'm a little burnt out is not the right word, but I'm a little tired. Thank you. I'm regretting doing the water drop reference, I'm not gonna lie. Thank you. Oh, you missed it, Cap. Someone did redeem Hey Lil Mama and I made a noise. And then forgot the sentence I was saying. To restart. I will do a hydrate, thank you. Hydrate accomplished. I'm about to say to myself, you need to let that dry before you do more stuff to it. It does more stuff to it anyway. But this one is going to be kind of a pain in the ass because it like encapsulates the petal itself and then goes around kind of similar to how the one on the leaf up here is. But because that paper is torn, it's going to be hard to meld what I have for the leaf or the petal already. I need to let those other water drops dry before I do that, but it's gonna be something. We'll see. I think those ones look fine. I think they look like water drops. I don't think that this one has the right weight to it. I think I need to change this line right here so that it kind of curves. Because I have it curving out. It should curve in a little bit. Let's mess with that. I also think that I want to make that a little further out. Interesting, Tens. I don't think we have any auto stuff. Like, it didn't show up in the mod alerts or anything. I don't think so, because I also think that it would have, like, warned me on the back side if it was, but Stars did all of the mod setup and everything, so it might be that she did something there that I didn't know about or expect, you know? That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to talk to Stars about it, I guess. I don't think that helped anything. I think I messed that up and I'm gonna need to fix it once the area dries. That's fine though. Yeah, it doesn't give anything in the admin or moderation stuff, which it should do if it's keeping you from posting something or if it's deleting something, so I don't know. Yeah, I'll need to talk to Stars about it because I don't think that's a thing. But maybe she has it set like that. I don't know. I'll need to mess with it when I'm not streaming, I guess. Thank you for sending me the what you got as the message. Maybe I'll ask her to make a separate one then if she doesn't want that in there. That's fair, BP. France can be a little overwhelming. Just ask any of their monarchies. Good cat. I think we must have had a pressure shift, and that's why I feel so shitty. Yeah, the numbers in French are, I think, really violence towards everyone who has ever tried to say a number. Good. My body is not happy with me today, and it's annoying. But, like, my body is what is making my body unhappy with me, so, like, get your shit together and leave me out of it. Yeah, I don't know what that is, because we don't have, like, I mean, explicit, but I don't think that what you were trying to post was, like, the level of explicit that we're talking about, you know? So I'll have to discuss that with Stars. Actually, let me copy your message and put it into the mod chat, because she'll be asleep and I will forget by the time she's awake again. I'd love it if autocorrect would actually let me say what I'm trying to fucking say.
all-over body pat.
Thank you. I'm putting this on the wrong channel. Silly Katie. Do you just want to DM it to me so I can see? Oh, that looks great, Tens. I can't show anybody else because of TOS, but that looks great. I love that. Good vibes. Okay. I left my paintbrush somewhere. I honestly, Tens, I think that you're in good company because, like, we all know. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us line up, and that's part of why we're friends. Like, I am definitely not quiet about it, so. And I won't say anything else. The rest is up to Tens. Yeah, exactly, Shawnee. Exactly. I mean, I think we all do here, Tens. There's a reason that my favorite of Cap's OCs is Pelora. She's drunk. think maybe I'm going to do these droplets a little shoddily just so that I can get this done. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel good. I want to go lie down. But I do really need to get this done. Like, there's no more time for me to use for this. I need to post this tomorrow. So, we get to do this. Yay, adult.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Thank you. No, you're fine. Distraction is important for powering through stuff. That was stars. So there's 2 from Stars and 1 from Sleepy and 1 from you. The Stars sent me a selection. Apparently 10s, which is kind of ridiculous. Oh, I can probably send it to Cap. If you're okay with me doing that, I will. I'm guessing so since you're trying to DM Cap anyway. I wonder if it's maybe just because you weren't friends. Yeah, I was gonna say. There, I sent it to Cap. Okay, good. Discord really just, I don't know, the internet as a whole anymore hates Titty, which is so stupid. Like, we love Titty. Get over yourselves.
Gave my all for what I thought I wanted. When all the wanting wants is what you think you want, but really haven't got. You told me I could stay until the morning, but would I give my heart back on the way to tend the flowers that you bought? I don't believe I understand the question.
Still haven't listened to their new album. I'll get to it eventually. I'm so bad at keeping up with music artists. Like, just atrocious at it. Good, good. I did think that he would like that one. It is kind of his style. Okay. That's not the brush I want. This is the brush I want. Probably just got that too wet. Oh well.
We were witness to events that don't make sense without the context of this show.
Good, good.
These words can never represent my feelings. They're just particles of participles parted by the syntax of the snow. No one can know.
I need to let that dry.
We ran in circles till we cried and burned our bridges side by side so many times. 4 years, 2 eyes. Your body wears a winter coat with pride to keep your head afloat. We're buried with our words now in the snow. In the snow.
Welcome back, Sleepy. Or back-ish. If you're just screaming at Cap, which is totally valid. Me too. Look at these weird shapes. Ah, good, good. Yeah, you sure did, Sleepy. Good work, Shawnee. Yeah, Discord threw a hissy fit.
Pause what you're doing for a sec.
Oh.
I want you to know that while it can be difficult to see your own progress, know that I see how hard you're working, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I know, right? That is so sweet. Oh, I just realized something. Eh, well, I don't need to worry about that right now. It really isn't anything that spicy, Sleepy. Discord is just being a turd. Like it's nothing worse than what like I would post from a modeling session. Like legitimately. Discord is just stupid. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like it's really not. There's just titty. Which like if we're banning titty from our Discord, I've got a problem. That's like 10% of my personality, I think. Yeah, that one also looks good, Tense. I guess I got distracted by the situation, so I didn't say that that other one looked really good. It does look really good. I'm glad to see some of your art. I don't know that I've really seen that much. Grumble, grumble, grumble. It's fine. You're being dramatic. Still doesn't look quite right. I think because I just don't have the highlight right there. That's the issue. Okay. That's a little better, but it still feels kind of flat. I don't trust the process. The process is a bitch. That's better. Okay. Yeah, good Tense, for sure. I actually still need to commission Cap for something. I just haven't had the money. Okay, that does look better. It looks really good on stream, which is a good sign. Because that's more what it's going to look like when it's scanned, which is how I'm going to reproduce all of this, so that helps. This guy is still a little bit of a mess. Which, like, that's okay. I'm a little bit of a mess too, buddy. But I can probably improve what's going on here. So I think part of it... It's just that I'm not getting, like, the luminous quality, which I think adding just a little bit of yellow in here will help with that. And then I will feel better. This drop is pretty dark overall because it's really in shadow. I gotta level that out, I think. Ow. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was my pelvis popping. Okay. It's always hard to tell, like, what you guys can hear and what you can't, because, like, the headset is connected to my actual body. So sometimes things travel in a way they wouldn't. I will do a stretchy, thank you. And just for the record, I kind of, Al, the reason that my pelvis is popping is because of the cramps. It makes my sacroiliac joint, which is the joint where your coccyx meets up with your pelvis, it makes that pop. And sometimes it subluxates. So. Yeah, I do like seeing, because I know that you do the sketchbook commissions when you go to cons. Those are always fun to see, Tens. Okay, I've done stretches. So I just want to do this. can let that through. I'm fine with that. I say the word cunt all the time, like. I have auto mod like very low too, so getting auto modded here takes some effort. I was like, for the most part, I would rather be in charge of what's happening. Or have my mods do that, because that's part of why I have them, is because I trust their opinions. You did miss that, Shawnee! Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have done that close to my head. That was my wrist. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that we've had a pressure shift, and that's why I'm feeling so shitty, and why all of my bones are popping. Also, my body has just decided to cause problems on purpose today, so. It's fine. I will do a hydrate. I'm gonna need to get up and get more water at some point here. I guess I've been streaming for an hour and a half. It does not feel like that. Hippie, taken. Like, actually pick up some pigment, buddy? That'd be great. Thank you. Okay. Do you think that a little bit of shadow is helping these? So, we're gonna make a little bit more intense shadow on these. Even if it's not entirely accurate, it feels better. So. Feels better. I still need to do like some pretty intense highlights on this one down here, because he's getting lost. Which, like, I think we all feel a little lost sometimes, but we can lead him out with a little bit of light. I did share a Discord and documentary yesterday. Alright, Face, thank you. I did share a documentary in the Discord yesterday that I think is really cool. Because I watched it yesterday, and it's about, in the 50s and 60s, there was like an underground group of, they call themselves transvestites, and some of them ended up being trans women and getting surgeries in the 50s and 60s. So it's a documentary about them in specific, and it has some of the women who got surgeries as, you know, part of the documentary, so you can actually like hear their words and describing how things went for them and stuff, which I think is very important right now. It is a PBS documentary, so I have it on one of my Google Drives, so if you aren't in the US, you can see it, but it is free on YouTube. But if you want to join the Discord, I put that in there so that you could watch it if you wanted to, because I think that it's important. And I found it very interesting in general, so. Oh no, tense. Oh, that's a nightmare. Ooh, scary. Alright, you guys, Shawnee needs help. Try and say something that'll get auto-modded. I will remind you that my auto-mod is on the least high settings. So it's gonna take some work. But you guys go for it. Shawnee wants some practice, and we want to help Shawnee. That's a good one, Kvelds. There we go. Good work, Al. There you go, Shawnee. Ooh, I like that one, Diavra. Yep, there you go, Shawnee. And then so it'll add it to the permitted terms list, which you can add things on your own in the mod view too. If you open up the menu that's on that side of chat, you can add your own. And if you block it, it'll automatically get added into the blocked terms list too. If you want to test it out, you can block the one that Al just sent. There you go. Okay, thank you, everybody. You've done great. I'm really proud of you. So that Shawnee can get practice. That was the whole point, Al. And I like antagonizing you a little bit when I get the opportunity. Yeah, all good. Nobody knows what I'm snorting at yet. You'll see. Oh, interesting, Felds. I think that does mean that you win. Because I think that'll mean that it's something that I've specifically added onto my banned terms list. Shawnee needed practice with blocking stuff. I can put you in stream jail. Don't test it. Ah, I see, I see. Because I only have a few. That I like straight up have banned. Most of them are for cultural sensitivity reasons, or because it's something that I specifically don't want to talk about. Okay. It's my house, man. Yep. I do have a few racial epitaphs and things blocked, so. I think I need to add some green to that one, and that will feel better. Yeah, there are some that aren't inherently bad words, but that people use as fill-ins. when they can't say a certain thing. And unfortunately, I've been in some communities where I've discovered a lot of those, so I tend to ban those right off the bat if I know that it's a thing. There you go, Al. I'll take you out of jail. Yeah, I personally do not like that word, but for a different reason than Twitch dislikes that word. But again, since I have auto mod on the lowest settings, nope, I just took it off. You're good. You just typed in chat. That's all. I mean, if you want to keep yourself in jail for another 7 minutes, that's fine. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I don't need to mess with that. Alright, have a good BRB. What was I saying? Oh, simp. Yeah, so Twitch doesn't like that word because they consider it, like, a bullying word, which, kinda. But it's kind of like why they banned incel, which is like, you're banning it for the wrong reason. Kind of a thing, you know? But I don't know. Whenever I show affection to my friends, people accuse me of being a simp. And it's like, no. Like, one, that's a stupid word and a stupid accusation. And two, if you think that showing any affection to my friends is simping, then get better soon, because your life must be really sad. That was definitely... there was one community I was part in that, like, isn't a thing anymore. But a raid came in, and I was talking to my friend who was the streamer the same way that I always talk to my friend who was the streamer. And this person who raided in for the first time was like, stop simping. And I'm like, I'm spending time with my friend in a way that we both enjoy spending time together. You're the intruder here. How about you fuck off? Like... Sorry that you don't know what affection looks like, but that's not my problem. It's really, a lot of times those kind of insults are just trying to bully people for being genuine. Like, a lot of the times that kind of stuff is like, oh, well, you're cringe, you're simping. And it's just like, no, I'm showing affection to my friends and enjoying my life. If you can't do that and you're mad about it, that's a you problem. You don't need to bring that to my doorstep. Right? It's like, how dare people be nice to their friends and let them know that they're cared for? Oh, what a horrible thing to do. Like, fuck off. I think I need to darken up the inner bit there a little bit. This is looking better, but it's still not quite right. I do think that I need to let it dry before I futz with it more. Will that stop me? Signs point to no, but... this one had kind of like a boop boop going. And I'll add a little boop there, and a little boop here, and perhaps a little boop down here. Maybe that's a little better. Yeah, I don't know. Just, there are a lot of people on the internet who just, like, decide to be assholes for no reason, and then they get mad at people who have friends. That's really what it boils down to, and it's just like, I don't have time for that. Sorry. I'm busy hanging out with my friends and having fun. You can go be sad over there if you want to. Getting somewhere. Where exactly, I don't know, but we're moving. Nice little bay. I think I'll add a darker outline to that, and then that'll be good. I do kind of want to actually smooth that out a little bit, like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Life is too short for me to not tell my friends I care about them just because some weirdo on the internet has decided that that's cringe. Like, not my problem. Yep. 100%. We're on the same page. I think the individualism shit has also added to that a lot. You aren't allowed to need anybody, which is stupid. Humans are a social species. Like, that's the only reason we've gotten anywhere. I'm gonna take a progress photo because that's the thing I should do, probably. That one looks good. I'm happy with that one. The rest of everybody's on thin ice. I take it back. This guy too. He can stay. Being an artist is so weird. Like, yeah, sorry, I can't go to the party. I need to sit here and judge shapes. I need a smaller brush for that one. Where's the baby brush? This one, the baby brush. Layla's just said, listen to ACS for a while and maybe you'll calm down. Oh, I feel that hardcore belts. I also say things in like a very strange way sometimes just because it feels good. Which again, yeah, I'm neurodivergent. Hello. But I told Cap the other day that I was brushing my teeth and washing my face. It's entirely in text too. But he knew what I meant. It tastes good. I don't know how to describe it. Some words just taste good. Like facetious. That's a delicious word. Okay, actually. Thank you for your services, tiny brush, but we'll move on to a bigger brush.
Show the crowd you're happy, like a movie. What's your story? What's the refund policy? We want violence, we want
But now you know that I will put you in prison. You're the one who pushed that.
We want laughter, we want pain. Everyone will know our name. Did you know that no two missteps are the same?
It always has been, Al. You use that on me all the time. That's too muchness. Calm down. No, I don't think I will. Thank you, though. I mean, if you need examples, you can just go back through our DMs. I think that'll work just fine for you. I don't like this one. What don't I like about you? Maybe the white isn't actually giving transparency because there's green in the back there. I think maybe that's the issue. Let's try a little bit more green and see if I like that. It's right there. I guess it wouldn't be there. More this color. That's a little better. do think he needs some higher highlights on him too, and that'll help. I need to let that dry first. Okay. Let's work on these guys up here a little bit. These were supposed to be two separate drops, but they have merged into one, so that's fine. I don't even know what you're supposed to be. I think I just added you in for kicks and giggles, so that's fine. Yeah, I just tossed some shapes in here just for shits and giggles, I guess. I don't know. Does this match the reference image at all? Not really. That's fine though. Thank you. Yeah, I know that I'm nitpicking at this pretty hardcore, but I've spent like so much time on this that I feel like it needs to be really good. Which I'm not saying it isn't good. I'm just holding myself to a ridiculous degree like most artists do. You know, it's fine. I think that highlight is not in a good spot. Alright, good luck with your meeting now. Thank you. I think Al is calling me a cop, you guys. Yeah. Well, unless you activate my weird, which is not to say that this is a cop behavior, because it sure as shit isn't. But if you activate my justice issues, then you're on your own. I definitely have a thing where I've worked really hard to like mask my entire life, so I'm very careful about like how I treat people and how polite I am in like a general societal way. And if other people don't put in the same amount of effort that I usually put in, I get really cranky about it. So I think maybe that's the closest to cop I get, is that if you can't even perform the like perfunctory societal niceties, then I don't like you. I'll probably be a little bit mean to you. But to be fair, my level of mean is really just like most people's polite. So that is something that I've noticed in myself. But I don't think it's a full cop behavior, because if it was a cop behavior, then our cops would be more polite. And that's not a problem that we have. Is polite cops. Yeah, exactly. Like people who can't like understand why them just talking about themselves doesn't make them friends. Kind of a thing is really bad for me. So like people who will talk over a conversation to relate it to themselves, without like trying to partake in the conversation with other people, that drives me fucking nuts. You gotta, if you want somebody to talk with you, you have to also talk with them. You know what I mean? You can't just like walk into a situation and say something about yourself and expect everybody to go, oh yeah, you gotta also listen to what other people are saying. That one drives me fucking insane. Yeah, exactly. Talk with people, not at them. You gotta like partake in the conversation if you want to be part of the conversation. Like, and a lot of people have a lot of trouble with that. And a lot of people in online spaces have trouble with that, and it drives me bonkers. Like there are some people where like you'll be sharing recipes or something with people, talking about what you're having for dinner or something, and then somebody will come in and just go, well, I don't like sweet potatoes, while you're talking about making sweet potatoes for dinner. I'm like, cool, I'm not cooking for you. Thanks for that random information though. Like, if you don't say anything else other than just you don't like something that somebody else is doing, you're an asshole. Like, sorry. Oh, yeah? What is it, Tomato? Give me the intel. Yeah, that's fair. There is, uh, neurodivergent usual thing where you share, something that happened to you in order to show that you're empathizing with somebody. And I think most neurodivergent people realize that when you're doing that versus talking over somebody. But I think the situation, like, to make sure that you aren't doing that is if you're interrupting somebody else's train of thought. So like if the story they're telling isn't over and you start telling your story, then you're derailing. But if somebody else has finished their story and you're commiserating and saying, that really sucks, it reminds me of when this kind of thing happened to me, then you're building on something instead of interrupting and like taking over the train, you know? So it's really about not interrupting people versus sorry, I just decided I really needed to focus on that right then. Versus like yeah, I think that's really the main difference. So like, and also if you're trying to change the topic away from what they were talking about because you want to talk about something that's unrelated, that's also kind of the same situation. But I don't think that you would do that, which is why I worded the things that I said the way that I did. But it is, especially in like less neurodivergent places, it is kind of hard to tell if you're doing that or not, or if somebody else is taking it as you doing that, even if that's not your intention. So honestly, what I do is I say, I'm sharing this stuff to commiserate. If it feels like I'm talking over you, please tell me to stop, because that's not my intention. Because like, I think a lot of times with social situations, we're kind of told that we should understand whatever is happening without having to communicate it, which is bullshit. If you're worried about how you're coming across, just say that. Because I do that plenty. Like when I'm trying to be helpful to people, I'll just like put in brackets at the end, I'm trying to be helpful here. If this is annoying, please tell me to stop. Kind of a thing. Because I think we can't always tell when somebody's like upset or annoyed with how we're doing something. And trying to just, especially over text, just read what people are thinking just won't work. So I think that really what you need to do is just vocalize that. Yeah, exactly. And that's also a thing with why I don't get why people, well, why I disagree with people who make fun of tone indicators. Because really, at the end of the day, it's just somebody trying to make sure that they're expressing things in a way that doesn't upset other people. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, yes, sometimes tone indicators are a little opaque if you don't know what they mean. Which is why I tend to just do the parentheses at the end of what I'm saying. And like put a whole ass sentence of what I mean instead of just doing like half joking or whatever. But yeah, just actually communicate things, I guess is the real takeaway there. Yeah, exactly. And especially because it's so easy to misunderstand people via text. Because you don't have any of those extra little tidbits of information. I don't think it ever really hurts to be clearer. I also do that in person too, honestly. Like, if I'm sharing some random historical fact or something, I'll say, I'm sharing this because I thought it was interesting. If you don't find this interesting, let me know, and I just won't go on about this. Yeah, I also like there's some emoji that different generations use very differently. It's kind of like how older people use the ellipsis at the end of their sentences, and to a lot of us, like millennials and younger, that comes across as like threatening versus what they're meaning, which is just like putting a pause. Like I would add LOL in because I'm of an age as like a period or whatever. Yeah, exactly. See, that's ominous as fuck to us, but really it just means they're putting a pause in. And it's the same with emoji usage, honestly, because there are some where it's like, it means a certain thing to us, but it might not mean the certain thing to somebody else. So, like, for instance, the regular, like, not the actual emoticon with the parentheses, but the, like, plain smiley face to me is so fucking threatening. I don't know why, but the way that they made him is just like, especially the one in like Discord and iOS, that's like a I'm about to murder you smile. He scares me. And I know that a lot of people in my life use that as a legitimate smile. So I need to like, I have an immediate reaction to it, and it's not what is meant. Yeah, exactly. He's a threat. I often use that as a threat too, or if I'm trying to be like, I use it as like expressing the like gritted tooth smile that you do when you're trying really hard to be polite to somebody, even though they're annoying the shit out of you. So if you see me using that when I'm modding in a channel and I'm telling somebody that what they're doing is rude, just know that that's like a clenched tooth smile to keep myself from biting somebody. But I have some people in my life who use that as like a regular smile, like it's just a good smile, like, oh yeah, let's do that, and that's not how it reads to me. So I have to, like, I have a knee-jerk reaction to it, and I have to stop and go, no, they aren't threatening you, they aren't mad at you. That they use that differently than you do. That's so fair, Shawnee, and I do think it's fun to joke about that, the HJ indicator as being hand job. I just think that's funny, but you know. Yeah, exactly. He's like dealing with a chimpanzee and trying not to bare his teeth. Which is part of why I use like the opposite end parentheses instead of making the auto parentheses face. So like instead of doing this. I will do this. Because those have totally different vibes. Oh, interesting, Felds. That's also, I also use a smiling emoji as my basic one that is listed as blushing in Discord, which I'm sure confuses the shit out of people sometimes, but like that's because that's what I look like when I smile. So I'm sure some people think I'm being like really flirty or something when I'm not, and that isn't to say that I'm not flirty, because I am. You all know this. But like sometimes I think that people probably take it a different way than I mean it. Yeah, that's so fair, Felds. Yeah, I just have really like big apple cheeks, and so when I smile, my eyes squish, and I'm really like I just have red cheeks all the time. So that's just how I look when I smile, which is why I use it. But I know that because of like the words that get and going across operating systems too, especially on phones, is an issue because they're like really different in different phones, like categories. Which is how we ended up with Harry Hart. If you know, you know. This is still really blurry. I don't know how to explain it. It's just blurry, you know? Yeah, I knew Shawnee would know. So there's a specific heart that in one of the Shawnee might remember better than me, honestly. But there's a heart that specifically in like Android 4 iOS or OS, I mean, ended up being translated to other platforms as a heart with hair on it. And the reason that it was done like that is because they had used, like, somebody had translated, yeah, the yellow heart, that's right. But the way that they had translated it into something else was a heart with dots on it. And so that means something specific in heraldry, which it somehow got translated into being a pink heart with hair on it. If I remember correctly, there's a Tumblr post that goes into more depth about it, but like it's just one of those weird things that there's like this specific heart that in a certain operating system it just looks like a hairy heart. Which is wild. Why do I think you look blurry, sir? I think maybe that is not an edge really might not be helping. Sounds kind of like maybe that help. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it for a second. Yeah, for sure. I know that I tend to use emoji or emotes on Twitch in a way that is kind of old school. So like a lot of people don't still use the original LOL or like Dance Game very much anymore, and I still use those. That and like people still use Kappa a fair amount, but I think that it's fallen out of style to use the OG ones. But I still use them in like the way that I used to, because I've been on Twitch since like 2015. Oh, excellent, Shawnee. I'm glad you got something to eat. But I know that sometimes, like, the way that I use emotes... Yeah, Jebaited is a really good one. I say Jebaited in real life all the fucking time, and nobody knows what I'm talking about except my brother. Like, oh, that sound jebaited me. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, don't worry about it. If you don't know, you don't know. It's just such a good word. Like, it's so good to explain, like, that specific feeling of thinking you got something and then having the rug pulled out from under you, you know? We don't have another good word for that says, I don't know, succinct. Yeah, I probably use it way more than I should, but like, I don't know, I'm already so weird, like me using a weird word, nobody's gonna question it more than they would question literally anything else about me. Because I'm a little freak. And I'm not quiet about it, like, I'm just weird. Yeah, hoodwinked and bamboozled, I think, have kind of like a more drastic thing than jebaited. Oh yeah, I don't get keck either. Because jebaited just kind of means like, it's that feeling when you think that there's one more step and then you, like when you're walking down the stairs and then you kind of do a little That's what jebaited is. Hoodwinked and bamboozled implies some sort of like malicious intent on the other side, I think. Noted, tense. Ah, interesting Felds. Yeah, see, I don't... You guys want to know my weird one-sided beef with World of Warcraft? I did play World of Warcraft for a little while because my high school boyfriend played World of Warcraft a lot. And then he cheated on me with somebody that he met over WoW. And I stopped using it, and I still, like, every time I hear about it, I'm like, Specific username of woman that I still remember. Ruined it for everybody. Yeah, he never admitted it either, even though I, like, full-on caught it. Like... Which just kind of added insult to injury. Like, you can pretend that you don't know what I'm talking about, but, like, we both know that you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, in that instance it is, wow. How could you do that? He did, like, generally apologize years later when he was drunk through Facebook Messenger, but, you know. What's even wilder is baby Katie thought she was still gonna marry that guy. Can we talk about what a bullet I dodged? Holy shit. I didn't. I played it because my boyfriend was into it, and I'm just like that. So if the person that I'm dating or somebody that I'm really close with is into something, I will try to get into it too, because that's important to you, so I will make it important to me too. Which is part of why I ended up getting into Minecraft, is because Cap really likes it and wanted me to play. So I was like, okay, I will play Minecraft with you. And like, I do enjoy it now, but I wouldn't have started playing it unless he wanted me to play. Oh, that's nice, Felds. Yeah, there were a lot of like really good communities that got built up through there. It was just not for me. I don't know, there's that... Shawnee will probably know what I'm talking about, but there's that quote, I reblogged it a while back because I was thinking about it, but there's a quote from somebody who wrote in an article about a breakup that they had, and the guy broke up with them because they thought that they didn't have any shared interests, like they didn't have enough overlap, and the person is asking what love is. The person says, I think love is this stack of, I think it was John Adams biographies sitting on my nightstand halfway finished, because she was reading all of these books about his special interest so that she could relate to him more, and then he broke up with her. Yeah, yeah. That's funny that we're like exactly the same in this matter, Tomato. Because I did own Minecraft before, but I wasn't gonna play it, like... I started it up and my laptop couldn't handle it, and I was like, that's fine. Logged out and never started it again. I don't know. There's just one of the neurodivergent love languages, I think, is learning about somebody else's interest, you know? I need to let that dry before I keep messing with it. Like, for instance, I have never watched an episode of One Piece in my entire life. I have known basically nothing about what it was about. Cap really likes it and has been watching through the anime, and so he will update me on the story when he's watched more of it, and I will just sit there and listen to him tell the story to me, which is delightful. I really like it. Like, I'm not going to watch One Piece, but I enjoy hearing my boyfriend talk about it because he's excited about it, you know? Oh, interesting, Shawnee. Yeah. Oh, interesting, Felds. Yeah, see, I'm not good at them shooties. If there's too many like reaction timed events in a game, I have panic attacks. I get stressed out. I don't like them shooties. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't actually shot anything. Like, I've held a gun and I've been around people who are shooting stuff. One of the people I dated was really into guns. I mean, it's Alaska. That's kind of a thing here. But I have not. I do find it interesting. Like, I wouldn't be against learning how to shoot, but I don't know that there's anybody that I trust enough to teach me that. That's fair, Tens. I don't mind, like, I don't know, a thriller kind of game if somebody else is playing it. I just can't be playing it. That's totally fair, Shawnee. It definitely is something that you need to, like, get back into, same as, like, reading, where it, like, takes some effort and, like, work to get your brain to connect in the same way again. Because I was like that too. I basically only played Animal Crossing for a really long time, and so if I tried to play anything else, my brain would just like not have it. I'm not smart enough to really help you figure out why Minecraft isn't running, honestly. Like, I would if I could, but I'm not the person to ask about that, I think. Cat might know something. Yeah, see, I like specific kinds of horror, and I can totally understand why people don't like it. I just don't like the extreme kind of gore horror. I like psychological horror. You know, like, I'll have like a month or two sometimes where I just do nothing but watch horror movies. It has to be a specific kind of horror movie. And honestly, I probably watch a lot of horror movies that other people think are stupid. Because, like, I enjoy the, like, Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte and shit. Like, the old ones that take forever. That's totally fair. They are, like, intense, you know? But I like that better than like, gore. Like, I'm never gonna watch a Saw film, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Totally fair. Yeah, there are, like, specific horror movies that I like, but they aren't, like, your average kind of horror. It's It's more, um, I guess old school horror is really what I mean. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I remember I went to a party once where we watched House of a Thousand Corpses. Didn't like that. I have watched it more than once, but didn't like that. Bad. Icky. Gross. Never again. I had nightmares for like weeks. Yeah, also totally Fairkfelds. Oh, interesting, Shawnee. Yeah, there's one horror movie that I watch a lot. It's stupid. Like it's not a good movie. But I enjoy it. Actually, there's two now that I said that. I was like, actually, Katie, you should say the other one. So the one I was talking about is called From Beyond the Grave, which is like a 1970s horror movie. That's a bunch of little vignettes of haunted items that are sold out of a thrift shop. Love that. It's a horrible movie. Like it's not good, but I love it. I love the little shitty stories that are in it. It's so fun. And not super gory or anything. But basically all of the items people have like tried to swindle the thrift store owner, and that's why the curse was activated. So one guy like switches a price tag onto something else so that he can get this thing at a cheaper cost. And he gets got. Kind of a thing. That one's really fun. Love that. Also, Night of the Lepus. Horrid movie. It's delightful. It's about giant killer rabbits. It has Forrest Kelly in it. Yeah, it's kind of the same format, Shawnee. But it's so bad. I love it. I love it dearly. It's awful. Like it was so bad that it almost tanked the careers of the main actress whose name I'm not going to remember. I haven't watched it in a while, but it is one of those. You know what would make doing this water droplet a lot easier if the paper wasn't fucking torn? Yeah. But I don't know, chiller kind of horror movies and not like big jump scaries. For sure. I'm a like what happened to Baby Jane kind of a person. I might, Shawnee. What's it called? I might look it up. That's so Fairkfeld's, like, shaking your hand. Sigourney Weaver can get us through many hard times. I don't know that I'm ever gonna get this looking the way I want it because of how fucked up the paper is. Aye. Pontypool. Interesting. I will write that down. And then probably forget it, but you know. You know how it is. Gotta wait for the stars to be right anyway. Yeah, sure. I will also lose it there, but we can put it in two places for me to lose it. Okay. That I don't don't think really looks like water, but it's fine. I don't know what it really needs to. That's better. This I still think doesn't look great, but I also don't know that I really care. Yeah, that would be good, Shawnee. Just like a general one. Is mostly like whenever I'm looking up triggers, I'm looking up alcohol consumption and deaths. And I'm looking up rape. That's pretty much it. Those are the big two. Where like I don't mind if they're in a movie. I just need to know that they're there before I step in. Gore and stuff, like as long as I know that it's gonna happen, I don't need to know the specific stuff. Welcome back, Al. We're getting there, but oh boy. This really feels like work today. I don't know, this has felt like work the whole time, honestly. This specific painting. Which is fine. It's just kind of how the month is going, I think. It's like everything is work. Still have shelves to hang, actually. Yes! Oh god, it's the worst, Tomato, when you're just like, I need to get this done, and so you have to like sit there and like drag yourself along like a dog on a leash who doesn't want to go on a walk. Like, yes, I am both the owner of the cat shoving the cat into the container to take it to the vet, and the cat in the container. This paper is so fucked. Sure, Al, why not? Okay. I'm gonna move this so that I don't put my hand in wet paint. I am definitely gonna need to spray the back of this painting and leave it in a book, which I need to do with the, oh, I don't have my spray bottle out here. I need to do that with the birds too, because I didn't tape them down. Who are you? You should be this one, but I changed the shape of this flower very drastically, so that's fine. Yeah, it is. It sucks. It's just, I don't know. That's one of the things about making, like, creative stuff into your livelihood that I don't think anybody, like, warns you about. Like, there's that saying, like, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, which is absolute bullshit, I'd just like to say. And just, like, people somehow expect you to always be tuned into doing art just because you're an artist. And, like, sorry, but it's still work. And sometimes I want to go sit in the back and drink my coffee. Or, like, go stand around the water cooler for an hour and a half because I don't want to. Only 95%, Al. That's a shock to me. Dry. Ish. Not really. Okay. Fair, fair. My wrist is pissed off this week too. Like, I mean, me too, but could you stop being so loud about it, maybe? I think part of that is because I slept part of last night without my wrist brace on, actually. I'm realizing. Oh, yeah, good shout, Tomato. Have a good break. Tell the kitties I say hello. Oh, yeah, that was super cute. Thanks for sending it to me, Shawnee. That was so cute. I love how, like, aside from the meows, it's just like a completely constant purr. I'm gonna pop my wrist 35 times. And it's not gonna fix anything, but it's gonna make me feel better mentally for about half a second. Welcome back, Cat. Thank you, Johnny. This would be a lot easier if I'd actually followed the reference image. Instead of just making whatever shape I felt like. I'm not feeling any worse than I was an hour ago. How about that? Which is gonna get me a glare, but we're nearing done here, so I may end up half finishing this, as in getting it to a done spot, and then looking at it again tomorrow to see if I want to change it anymore. Because I will have some time tomorrow where I can do that. I just would rather not. Yeah, I'll be fine. I don't even need to like worry about what I'm getting for dinner or anything because I have leftovers, so which is what I will do after stream. Probably, even though it's early, I probably want to go to bed early since I don't feel good. I will say that I have not apologized at all for being like I am today, which is great. That's progress, I think. I'm sorry, I'm low energy. I'm sorry, I'm Nah. You get what you get. If you don't want to be here, you can leave.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you. That one was sleepy. I would love that, Shawnee. Yeah, I put a general, call into the Discord saying that I was adding sounds to that. So if anybody wants to give me one to throw into the pool, feel free. This guy still looks too flat. Gotta give him a bubble butt. Okay. I don't think I actually need to do the white ink. I think that the way I'm doing the watercolor with the white is okay. I think that I can actually leave that, which will be good. It just makes it easier for me when I'm doing like the certificate of authentication if I don't need to add like another medium to it. So it's like not a big deal, but still. But I think I just have highlights on these guys, and then I think it's done until I look at it tomorrow and see what I think again. Yeah. I mean, it looks more intense, the white, in person than it does on the screen, I think, too. Which I can make that more intense digitally if I decide, like, the greeting card really needs that. This one in the Lovebirds, I might be doing greeting cards before the prices go up. But I'm also starting to get a little hesitant about doing that because the greeting cards have not sold any yet. So I might hold off on that. Probably what I need to do is do a coupon code because that's the most surefire way for me to sell anything is to offer a coupon code. Which totally understandable. I'm not judging. Just I know that that's when I make most of my sales is when I have something going. I think I need to add some more intense colors in this one. A little bland. Need more pink stat. It's a little better, but it still doesn't really feel like water to me. Yeah, for sure, Shawnee. And like, I think also it's not necessarily, oh, everybody's so capitalism filled. I think it's also just that things are expensive and we don't have a lot of money. And I get it. I really do. And like every single person who has said, I wish I could buy this piece of art from you, but I can't afford it, has always said in the same sentence, don't lower your prices. That's what it's worth. I just can't afford it. It's just like, it breaks my freaking heart. Because there are people who I'd really like to have the paintings because I know that they really like them, and instead they're going to people who can afford it who don't like them as much.
Capitalism sucks.
It does suck. Thank you, Maddo. Ooh, double progressive, huh? Yeah. Although, Shani, if there's a painting you like, you 100% get a free painting off of me. Because I do give some of my stuff away. Like, if it's not selling and I know that there's somebody who really likes it, I will give it to the person who really likes it. Because I would rather it go to a home where somebody will love it and appreciate it. Versus sitting in my space where it takes up a spot. Okay, cool. I'll just secretly pick one for you and then send it to you. Got it. And maybe I'll make one specifically for you and then you'd feel bad if you denied it. Believe it or not, I do know how y'all work because I work that way too. Uh-huh. Well, I'll just send it, and whoever lives there now can have it, I guess. Oh, that's so funny, Tens. Yes, it does. Okay, I need to look at you at a different angle. That one I'm still not thrilled with. Maybe a little of this right here will make it a little bit better. I don't know what voice that is, but I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's just a little too dark. That's too much water. Too much waiters. I just need to lighten this up right here. That'll feel better. Oh yeah, if you guys want to send stuff to my PO box, I get alerts when stuff goes to the PO box. Because I have the teeny tiny one, so there's not a lot of space in there. But yeah, you guys can send stuff to my PO box if you want. I don't know that I actually have a command with my PO box address. But I can do that. But yeah, if you guys want to send me stuff, that'd be great. I get alerts, and my brother will go pick stuff up for me because he has to go and get groceries and stuff anyway, so he'll stop by if I ask. Yeah, Shani has a lot going on, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because it's not fun goings on. Shani deserves a fucking break, universe. Thank you. Yeah, we love Shani, and if life doesn't get nicer to Shani, I'm gonna start kicking it in the fucking shins. I need to soften up these lines a little bit over here. Yeah, that'd be great. I would also just give you my home address, Shani. Like, for the most part, I just use the P.O. box as like a return address on business stuff. But I'll give my home address to friends. Generally speaking, the rules for who I give my home address to is if I trust you in a vague amount, which I do, and if I believe that you would only show up here to kill me if I really deserved it. Which I also think that to be the case. Actually, I don't know. I don't know if our Google Maps has a moose on it or not. We have had a couple moose through the neighborhood. We still have moose poop in the yard from a moose visiting a while back. So yes, we do still get moose visits for sure. Can you try yet?
Now, here comes the music.
I cannot get this water drop to a spot that I like. We're just gonna fuck with it until one of us explodes. A little better. Why did I think putting that many water drops like right there was a good idea? What were you thinking, past Katie? You were thinking you were gonna have more energy this month. That's okay. Because I did prep both of these like at the same time. Because I was like gung ho. I was like, these are great, let's go. And then my brain happened. Yes, you know how it be. Okay. I think I'm probably calling that good enough. And then if I want to mess with this later, I will do that tomorrow. I'm gonna take a progress photo because we're gonna go raid Rainbow, which I'm sure nobody here is shocked by because I also announced it in Rainbow's stream last night. I'm a simple creature. I like doing things repeatedly that are the same because I like schedule. And also I just like Rainbow. Rainbow's a good place to hang out. So yeah, I will announce the new color of the month tomorrow. There is a definitive winner already. Or not tomorrow, day after, on the 1st. Oh, I just remembered that thing I was thinking about earlier. We don't need to worry about that. Shut up, brain. Yep, I definitely am going with sheep today. I like sheep vibes. I'm also vaguely working on my meat reference sheet, so that'll be good. But I have an idea already. Like, I've been waiting for this color to get picked for a specific photograph that I've taken. So I already know what we're going to be working on. I just need to get it set up. I don't know if I'll have it set up right away for Friday or not. We'll see how much time I have and how I'm feeling. But if we don't, I'm still working on doing all of those snowflakes and roses in a bunch of different colors, so we can work on that on stream. It won't be a big deal. So I will see you all on Friday for surezies. Let's go to the ending screen because that's what's happening right now. Do I have anything else to say? I don't know that I have anything important. We've only got a few streams left until I take a break for surgery, which we've talked about already today, but I will say it again. I don't know how long I'm going to be gone after surgery. I will say that again. I'm not giving myself a deadline because healing does not have a deadline. So I will wait until I feel better until I come back. I will wait until I'm feeling up to it instead of giving myself a deadline that I will want to follow because I'm a schedule person. Yeah, thanks for hanging out and thanks for sharing your art, Tens. Always good to see stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I have to say. I don't think much of anything. I think I'm going to pull up Rainbow's stream before I forget what I'm doing. Mute the tab. So we're gonna go raid Rainbow, like I said. Rainbow's great. We go to Rainbow all the time. So we will hang out with her. I think she's still, well, I'm sure she's still working on her sub drawing because it's freaking huge this month. And I participated in making it that big. Shawnee has put raid commands in chat. The first one has emoji that anyone can use all over Twitch. The second one has an emote you can use if you're subscribed to my channel. So please copy and paste the one that's relevant to you. It's going to make me work to copy it today because my computer is my computer. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for, chatting and I don't know, just being you where I get to see you because it's nice. Take care of yourselves, be kind to yourselves. Remember that you're loved because I love you. And if you can't take care of or be kind to yourself for yourself, please do so for me because I think that you're awesome and deserve nice things, including from yourself, even on the days when it's hard. So let's all work on being kinder to ourselves and then we can meet up back here for top up, all right? I'll see y'all on Friday or in various other places on the internet. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.